Imagine walking into a town and finding every man, woman, and child simply gone. No bodies, no blood, no sign of struggle, just an eerie silence, as if time itself had frozen or something had taken them. This isn't the plot of a horror movie. This is what a lone trapper claimed to discover in 1932 in the icy wilds of Canada. In November of that year, an experienced fur trapper named Joe LaBelle was making his way toward a small Inuit village near Lake Anjikuni. He knew the place well, a peaceful community that often offered him shelter. But as he approached, something felt wrong. The air was too still. The snow muffled everything. There were no voices, no smoke rising from chimneys, no dogs barking. He stepped into the village and saw nothing but silence. Homes stood wide open. Firewood still crackled beneath pots of stew left half-cooked. Jackets were draped over chairs. Tools lay exactly where they had been dropped. But not a single person remained. Then he found the dogs. Every sled dog, still tethered, lay dead in the snow, starved, frozen. No signs of violence, just absence. An entire village vanished. LaBelle ran. He traveled miles through the bitter cold to the nearest telegraph office and contacted the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. A patrol arrived within days, and what they found only deepened the mystery. Nothing had been taken. Food stocks were untouched. Weapons and supplies still there. The graves on the edge of the village had been dug up, but no one knew why. And in the fresh snow, they discovered tracks, some human, some not. Tracks that started but never ended, as if whatever left them had simply disappeared into the air. There were no signs of a struggle, no weather event, no disease, just a vanishing. If that were the end of the story, it might still be written off as myth. But it wasn't. 4 months later, in February 1933, another report emerged, this time from a government geologist named Peter Larkin, who was leading a mineral survey deeper into the Canadian north. His team stumbled upon a freshly built camp, clearly used within the last week, but entirely abandoned. Inside the main cabin, they found a notebook. Its final page read, "The sky has changed. The lights dance every night now. We hear voices, but no one is here. Last night, Thomas walked into the woods. He didn't come back. There were no more entries. Larkin never spoke publicly about what happened. His team was reassigned. The incident was never officially logged. The report given to the press, weather exposure. But rumors say they were told to stay quiet, that something was seen out there, and not by just one man. Let me ask you something. If two entire groups vanished in the same icy wilderness, only months apart, why have you never heard about it? Over the years, people have tried to explain what happened. Some say the village simply relocated due to famine or extreme cold. But then, why leave food behind? Why abandon everything? Why leave their dogs to die? Others suggest it may have been mass psychosis, a collective delusion or spiritual event that led them into the wilderness. But there's no record of religious hysteria or cult behavior among the Inuit in that region. Nothing that would explain this. Then there are the darker theories. Some believe they were taken, not by disease or madness, but by something else, something that arrived from the sky. The dancing lights described in the journal weren't auroras, they say. They were something watching, waiting. Alien abduction. That's the word that gets thrown around. Silly, maybe. But ask yourself, if it were true, would they tell us? Other theories go deeper. Government experiments, biological weapons tests, secret operations lost to history. The most curious thing, the RCMP denies the event ever happened. No records, no files, not even a mention. Why erase something if it never happened? In 2019, a researcher hiking near Lake Anjikuni found something buried beneath layers of ice and snow. A rusted pocket watch, still faintly ticking. On its back, a name was etched, Akakalik, a hunter known to have lived in the village. In 1932, no one has explained how it ended up 20 miles from the original site, or why it was still running. Some say if you stand by the lake long enough, you can hear the dogs howling beneath the snow. So I'll ask you this. If you knew a place could make people disappear and be erased from history, would you still go there? Because maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what it wants.